want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. A person filmed an offensive moment which appears to have been taken at a parking lot in North Park Center shopping mall and uploaded it late Wednesday. She stated that the incident occurred after the woman tried to steal a spot she had been waiting for. Quote, she had come into a one-way lane going the wrong direction to steal a parking spot that I had clearly been waiting for. She got upset and made a hand gesture at me. The woman had allegedly made a gesture once before. The individual pulled out her camera. In a brazen move, she pulls up alongside the user of the vehicle and does it again while being recorded. Quote, behavior like this won't be tolerated and needs to be corrected. She thinks she can act like this with no consequences, and it would really love to show her what consequences her ignorant actions can yield. Now, I just want to reiterate, you have a lot of people out here that like to say that racism, bigotry, and discrimination don't exist. Well, more specifically, when it deals with the black community, none of those things exist. All you're trying to do is pretty much be a victim. You're trying to have people bend the knee directly to you, give you things for free, yada, 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 right? But as we've clearly seen over the course of the last, 2 years from what 2020 all the way up until 2022, we've been able to witness the fact that you have had individuals come out publicly and say a variety of things about Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, using a lot of slurs, doing a variety of things, pointing discriminatory actions and hate in their direction. And we've seen a variety of attacks that have as well taken place, along with an uptick in crimes against Asian Americans. But the main thing that has consistently taken place is that they've always wanted to magically show somebody who was black, like magically, in every single instance that they've decided to post, right? Not talking about all the other ones that were just associated with the news article, no pictures, no images, just the visuals, right? Just the visual ones. They just wanted to make sure to show you, like, hey, the real people that are doing the utmost damage and harm to the Asian American community in the Pacific Islanders out here, the main ones that are leading towards this hate are black people. It's no other group out here. And then they wanted to further try to push that narrative as to try to make it seem as though only black people since forever have been doing this specifically to Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, when realistically that has never been the case, right? Now, you might have some instances where you have individuals who appear to be black, meaning that they might not be black American. They may be from elsewhere. Or if they are black American, these people may be, as they've stated directly on the news, they may suffer some type of mental imbalance. Not saying that everybody who suffers from some type of mental imbalance is going to directly go out here and do these types of things. Just want to make sure that people know the differences in between the two. But what I'm trying to state here is the fact that just because you have these few instances taking place, and I'm going to list these as variables, as instances, doesn't mean that this is something that is continuous or consistent that has been taking place with Asian Americans since the beginning, that they were in a sense accepted and or allowed or brought here. The main ones, if any, who have been on the increase of the attacks, of the bigotry, discrimination, of any types of slurs or wording used, or anything of that nature, has been the reflective majority, has been the majority that is in power. And those individuals don't look black to me. But the main thing that I've always stated to people is that these are the gods that are here. And when it comes to the gods, people are not going to, in a sense, turn against their gods. They're not going to become disbelievers. They're not going to be the ones to shun, their gods and to stop worshiping them. They're going to keep doing the things that they normally do because they want to get the praise and the blessings. They want to get the wealth. They want to get any type of little bit of power directly from the gods that they worship so that they can be a little bit closer to that mountain up top, so that they can be a little bit close to Olympus. Even if they can't directly get there by mimicking their gods, they would be fine on being on the outer edges of that mountain, no matter how the outer edges look. If it means that it brings them that much closer versus everybody else, they're willing to sit up there and do it, even if that means sacrificing who it is that they are, even if it means sacrificing their language, their culture, even if that means indoctrination, right? Even if that means assimilating to the point where you can't even identify who you are. So now you have to take on a whole nother branding. And due to the fact that a lot of these gods realize this is how they decide to treat their followers. They decide that, oh, well, I know that you, in a sense, look up to me. You want to be me. You want to worship me. You want to be right next to me. So this is what I'm going to do to you because at the end of the day, you want to be me regardless. At the end of the day, no matter what I do, you're still going to love and you're still going to care for and about me. You're still going to worship me. So I'm just stating to the Asian Americans directly out there, it's not black people who are specifically coming directly after you. Because if that was 100% the case, remember, there are a lot of Korean and Chinese beauty supplies and nail salons and eateries that are directly in the black community. If it was really the case that black people could not get along with you, did not like you, did not want you to be directly in their communities, then those restaurants and so on would not necessarily exist. But yet they are here. And yet we patronize them no matter how many times our people either get accused of stealing, of how it is that they get mistreated or what have you. We are pretty much still there and we still allow you to forever be there within our communities, no matter how we disagree, again, with a lot of the things that specifically take place. Now, when it comes to you being in other people's communities, preferably the reflective majority, you happen to face a lot of things. You now have to, try to assimilate. Your kids now have to deal with their kids and how it is that they perceive, right? You, um, for face value, right? You have to now deal with a lot of these individuals. When you say that you are American, now you have a lot of these of individuals. They want to state that, oh, how American are you? Where were you specifically born? Where are you really from? And so on and so on and so on. I've never in my life, as a black man, ever asked an Asian person, are you really from America? Right? Prove to me that you are here, that you belong here. That's nonsense. If you say that you're here, then you're here. If you say that you're first generation, second generation, or whatever it is, then that is what it is. However you describe it, I leave it as that. I'm not asking for any other, type of information because realistically, I don't care. You're here, you're enjoying yourself, you're having fun, everything is good for you. That's it. But like I said, that's the clear cut difference between black people being here versus the reflective majority who will do their best to make you, in a sense, bend a knee, who will make sure to, put their beliefs out there so that you can assimilate those beliefs, so that you can distance yourself from specifically where it is that you come from, your beliefs, your culture, your religion, and everything else. This is what that looks like. But like I said before, keep allowing the media and other individuals out there to keep telling you that it's black people doing this.